I know. Superintendent John Ross Null is with us. Good morning to
Hey,
you.
Gene, good morning. How are you, sir?
Okay, did everybody survive the wind? I mean, you haven't found any damage or anything like that yet?
Nothing significant, and Penasco did lose power for a little bit, but they're back up and running, and our guys went up and worked on the generator a little bit, but no, other than some cancellations and some disappointments there, and a lot of time spent by some working to reschedule, things came through okay.
Yeah, well, I know tennis and softball rescheduled for today, so
Yes,
we'll get those covered.
and hopefully the weather will hold off, and those events will come off, and just have a good day with that.
Good. School board met on
We did
Monday, right?
We did have a meeting on Monday evening, and had good meeting, a lot of good discussion, and of course a lot of talk regarding our school calendar for next school year has been held recently with our staff and with community members, and gathering feedback with some in-person meetings, and then through some surveys, and ultimately it was recommended to the board, and the board did approve a calendar very similar to what we've had the last several years. Very consistent corresponding dates, and it's a 178 instructional day calendar for students and 182 days for staff.
Okay.
And so, and then we'll continue looking at ways to provide summer opportunities for targeted students that need assistance, as well as some opportunities for those that just want to opt into some activities and things that we can provide. And so we'll continue working with that. But as of just a district calendar for everybody, just moving forward with what we've with the consistency, and ultimately that was the theme that we continued to get, was that for 3 years in a row, things have been pretty inconsistent, and so some consistency, at least an attempt at that, would be good. So that was approved, and so it's good to have that taken care of. Mr. Parker led a discussion and shared information regarding graduation rates for the class of 2021, which came out recently, and overall we were really pleased with Artesia High School had I believe it was an 84.5 graduation rate. And what that is, Gene, that is regarding a 4-year cohort. So students that started with us in the 9th grade, did they graduate in 4 years?
Okay.
And so that is an increase from the previous year, significantly higher than the state average. And we like to compare ourselves to some similar districts, and I won't go on and talk about other districts' graduation rates, but I can say that in comparison to some similar districts across our state and in our region, our students did very well. And Mr. Greer is really good at pointing out, when talking about graduation rates, that it's a team effort. It's not just about Artesia High School, that it starts at kindergarten all the way through, and it's a great accomplishment for those students, their families, and for all of our staff.
Well, that's good, because the number by itself may not mean anything if you just compare it to 100.
Correct.
But when you compare it to other schools in the state as a whole, Artesia does very well.
Absolutely, it does give us a good idea of just how we're doing in comparison, and of course, our goal is to continue to get better. Over the course of the end of last week, like, I don't know if you paid attention to the Masters or not, but one of the commercials that kept running on there, and I won't mention which airlines, but an airlines that and their theme was better, and it talked about no matter how high you climb, you can always do better, and I don't know, it just stood out to me as in education, because each year that should be our goal: continuous improvement, taking a look at where we're at, and continue trying to improve each year. So proud of our folks.
Well, good. Well, the casual golf fan, or somebody who doesn't follow golf, probably all they heard was Tiger Woods is back, Tiger Woods is back, Tiger Woods is back, and then it got real quiet.
Yeah, I did read this morning that as far as the number of viewers, that it was the highest for a golf event since Tiger won the Masters in 2 years ago.
Yeah, now he's
in
definitely
2019.
a draw. He's definitely a draw, and I think Joby and I were coming back from a softball game in Hobbs last Thursday, and where we stopped to eat, they had a TV on, and they were replaying some of the Masters, and the size of the gallery, the people that just go to watch. It's just amazing how popular it is.
I have to admit, I was traveling back from somewhere over the weekend, and I have to admit that I even listened on the radio.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know what that says about a person if you listen to golf on the radio. I guess I don't know.
Golf, yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, sorry I digress. But
that's okay.
Anyway, also Mr. Phipps made several requests for purchases of different things. Of course, this time of year, lots and lots going on. Some related to our technology department, replacement laptops, replacement desktops, just getting our inventory ready to go for next school year. Some firewalls to continue trying to have as robust protection for our internet as we can. We are going to be purchasing a new activity bus. I think that it will be Mac 5.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah, we're excited about that, and that was approved. And so it'll be one of our several buses that take our students to activities and athletic contests all over the state, and the ones that are painted up really nicely, and we're proud that we can provide that for our kids. Some maintenance services for parking lots and roofs, and then some additional cameras at Artesia Intermediate School. And so that was all taken care of, and really the only other thing that we're starting some discussion about right now is potential redistricting of our board member districts, and this is a requirement by statute. Comes up every 10 years after the census, and so we work with a research and polling company that helps us to take a look at our the population and the demographics of each of our board member districts, and those have to stay within 5% variance. And so they presented 4 different plans to our board, and no decisions were made, just some initial discussion, looking to continue discussion in May, and then vote on a plan in June. A couple of the plans that they presented were just very similar to what we have right now, with just some minor tweaking, and then a couple of them they kind of stepped out there and showed some variations that have some significant differences to what we have now. For folks that are interested, they can go to our website, and on our website at bulldogs.org, under the About Us tab, and it has information there regarding our school board. And I did post there yesterday those potential redistricting maps for people that would like to take a look at that.
When they and I know City Council's done that, kind of commission and all that. When the folks presented their data, did they indicate what the trends were for Artesia and what they advised the board to consider?
They didn't necessarily advise one over another, just pointed out the differences in each one of the plans. But I hope that I have my percentages right. But as far as our membership in the Artesia Public Schools School District, there are a little over 19,000 people in our school district. That covers a wide expanse, and that was up about 7.9% compared to the last time the census was done.
Wow, that's the total number of people.
Correct.
And has that been reflected in the student enrollment numbers?
Not necessarily, because the student enrollment has really stayed relatively level. And of course, last year with circumstances, there was a decrease that has increased some and kind of leveled off. And so, but no, I can't say that student population has increased by the same percentage.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
You wonder, are these younger folks that haven't started their families yet, or are these older folks that are retired? Because that's a pretty substantial change in terms of total population that has not been reflected in the student population.
And some of the demographic information I have, for example, ethnicity and things of that nature, but as far as age, that it's not.
Yeah.
But one thing that this same company is looking at, that's not a requirement, but good information for us to have, is taking a look at our elementary school districts. And so that will give us a much better idea of those potential growth, potential decline in certain elementary school districts. Not that we will do anything with that necessarily, but it's good to get that information as we need to look at things. And construction going on in different parts of town. It's just good to have that awareness and try to think forward a little bit and be prepared.
Yeah, you don't want to have some schools with a bunch of portable buildings.
Exactly.
And then some other schools that are sitting there kind of empty, you know. So
sure. Because as part of our 5-year facilities master plan, the attempt is where we still do have some portables, and there are not many, but certainly trying to move away from that.
Yeah, very good. Anything else?
No, just working through the budget process. At our May 11th meeting, we plan to present the budget to the board for their consideration. It's due to the Public Education Department May the 13th. On April 25th at 5:30, we will have a public input meeting regarding the budget in our boardroom. And so just continuing to move forward with that. And of course, lots of things going on. It's an exciting time of year.
That's right. Very good. Superintendent John Ross Null, thank you so much.
Appreciate you.